I've done some smelting. Hello people, welcome back to the Inventor SSP. It's episode 39, and I was AFK in my tree farm for quite a while, and then I went over here to my 1728 furnace array and smelted up all the wood that I got, and I've gotten these 10 shulker boxes of charcoal. Now, if you've seen this furnace array before, you will know that it has these automatic shulker box unloaders, and then it'll fill up a chest in my cart here. But I don't really like this system because unless you keep this all these hoppers fully stocked all the time, it just won't fill the chest minecart all the way, meaning that only the first furnaces will only be filled up, not the very last ones. So I actually made a system over here where I can fill it up manually, but it's actually much faster and it doesn't take that much effort. And if you'd like me to make a video on this, just let me know with a comment. So what I do is I take all the shulker boxes and put them into these chests, and eventually we will see that we get our shulker box there. And just to make this easier, I'll empty my inventory out a little bit. I'll just throw some stuff out there that I'll pick up later, and then all I have to do is I take the charcoal and then I put it in the minecart chest. Then it will both refuel the well, it'll get a new minecart chest. I'll just pick that shulker box up, and it will also get a new shulker box of charcoal. As you saw, all I have to do is just take the charcoal out, put it in the minecart chest, and then do it all over again. And then eventually everything will run out. There won't be enough charcoal left. And there's, well, I added a bunch of minecart storage here. You can see those minecart chests up there that are just stored, and you can get quite a bunch of charcoal. And you can see I'm just instantly filling up each minecart, and it'll detect when the minecart's full, send it off, and then get a new one. And then once the shulker boxes run out, it just won't place a new one, and then you're all done. So I'll just pick everything back up here, and I've just sent all that stuff into the smelter, all those charcoal. And since 1728 furnaces is such a nice number, I can fill up one minecart chest exactly filled. Well, I can fill it up completely, and then each furnace will get one piece of charcoal. And yeah, it's pretty simple, and it just makes it so much easier to do it manually like this instead of having to always worry about whether I have enough shulker boxes here stocked up, because I'm not AFKing in my tree farm all the time. So it's just easier for me to do it like this. And the system, it's not that slow, but the redstone, I'm actually pretty proud of how compact I managed to make it here. You can see how everything is just so close together. Yeah, I'm just kind of happy with that. And of course, when the minecarts go all the way through, they'll come along this rail. And I just changed it. Instead of going down there to the old system, it will just go up here to the new area. It'll just go around here, up here, and then just back into the minecart storage. So the next upgrade that I've done is over here at the villager breeder that we made in the last episode. And so, as you may know, there's a dispenser here where it dispenses minecarts, which will pick up villagers. And well, before this, there was no way to actually input minecarts to refill the dispenser, but I've actually added that here. So there's a large chest, and I can just add minecarts here, and then what happens is all the minecarts go into this hopper line, and then into this dropper, and then there's just a dropper fader, and then there's just some storage here, and then it'll all refill. And then at the top here, there's a comparator which will read out signal strength from this chest, so it'll actually detect if the system is all filled up. And then I just have that powering this redstone lamp, so that I know if there's actually a ton of minecarts in the storage. And then there's all the other stuff here. The next thing that I wanted to do is add some more buildings behind me, and I'll have to clear out some land for that. But you may be wondering, if this is an amusement park, why are we adding buildings and not things like roller coasters? Well, I will do that eventually, but I kind of wanted to have a main street similar to Disney World in Florida in their Magical Kingdom. It has lots of buildings similar to this style, but I just kind of got inspired by that, and I wanted to do something similar. So I just decided to, well, have my own main street. And I will still have lots of room for other things. You can see here, I have all this land all the way out to here. I chose this area specifically because it's a plains biome and a bit of forest, but nothing like a desert where the grass color will be bad. I could even expand this way if I really wanted to. I would just have to cut down a lot more trees. Anyway, I guess I have to get to clearing out some land for this area. I've cleared out this area, and now it's time to start building. So I wanted the buildings to be useful for something, so I decided we have a villager breeder right there, and I wanted to make some villager trading halls, so I actually built these up, and you may be thinking, they don't look nice right now, they just look kind of like a mess, and that's right, but I'm not done with this, not at all yet. But you can see the actual trading halls. This one will be for clerics. We've got some leaves in the roof and a bit of amethyst just for decoration. And I'll go more into depth about the... Actually, I guess I can just talk about that after I show each of the trading halls. Then this one is for farmers. And it's just one wide in here to walk through, but it's not a big deal for me. I'll just place down a shulker box if I need to, do whatever. I can just place it next to me. It's not a big deal. I don't trade too often. Then over here we have one for fishermen. And there's 20 of each type. So in total we have 60 cells here. And the design for the trading hall is actually... It's a custom design that I made myself. I don't know if anybody's done this before. Someone probably has, but the way that it works is when a villager will come from here, when I press the button or no block there, it will go down this rail in a minecart, and then I'll have that go over here. And then this will just go up here, around there, and then it'll take a turn into there. But then what happens is when the villager lands on this pressure plate, it'll activate that, which activates this redstone, deactivates that torch, activates that torch, and then that will change the rail to go over there, which means that the next villager will go on to this powered rail and then into the next cell. And I actually had this idea, if I have like lots of buildings here on this main street, all with villager trading halls, I had an idea. Imagine just I press one no block, and then the villager will go through all the possible cells until there's an open one. So it'll just kind of go through the entire system until it's all full, and then I could go around or to any of the other halls, and then of course once it goes around here it just goes through the system again here. And it's actually slightly directional here. I had to change it up a bit so that by default the rail is powered, and then when the pressure plate's activated it gets unpowered, but it's just a small redesign, which is fine. And then when it gets to here, it'll just switch around and then go into the next trading hall. So the design is pretty simple actually, and I like how it turned out. It's only one wide, but you'll see why, because I like the design of the actual buildings that will go around here. And yeah, that's right, buildings. There's actually going to be 3 of them, one for each of these trading halls. And I just kind of like the design of them, and I didn't want to have to make them somehow bigger just to fit the sizes of the halls. So I guess I'll just start building up the actual buildings around them now. Alright, so I've actually built up the first building, and now you can kind of see the style that I was going for. I guess let's go into Spectator to see it more clearly, and you can kind of see it's kind of an old style, kind of an American, well, I'm not completely sure what to call it, but I think it looks really nice. And I saw this use of glazed terracotta on Reddit some time ago, and I just kind of remembered it, because I just think that looks kind of cool. You used it with some cyan, and then it kind of looks like the kind of decoration on top of a window that you would see. And then just some more calcite behind the windows up there, and then just a simple a bit of a blackstone roof, and then just a flat roof up here with some heating, air conditioning units. And then around the back here we have similar thing, some kind of balconies, sort of a fire escape, and then so you can see it's not as well kept up, so there's some bricks that are kind of showing through. And then down here is just the foundation. You can see all the stone bricks and stone and everything. And then there's a dumpster. And then, yeah, so I think this build turned out really nice. And there's no wall on this side just because I didn't need to add one, because we're going to have another building right next to it. So I guess I'll just start building that up now. Some more time later and a bunch more blocks placed later, and I've actually built up the second building. So I guess let's take a look at it. It's kind of similar to the first one, except this one uses lime terracotta, and you can see the windows are about the same. It's just different block palette, and then the roof is also different. This one has black concrete and black wool, and two smaller windows at the top there. And then at the top there's just some more HVAC units, and then around the back, kind of a similar thing, and there's some more bricks that you can see, but these are nether bricks. And yeah, just another what are these called? Like, I guess fire escape. And then this one, the foundation is made out of deep slate variants. I think that looks kind of cool. The whole building is kind of just at a darker palette. And now you can see also this stone brick in the middle here, these stone brick walls. I originally actually had the two buildings right next to each other, but then it turned out the rail system actually didn't really work when everything's right next to each other, I guess because the curved rails detect a powered rail right next to it. So I had to actually separate it by a block and then put the walls there. But I don't think it really looks that bad. You'll see once it's all done, you won't really notice it that much. And I guess it's time to start building up the third building. And then I also have two signs that show what's being traded where. There's clerics there, and then there's farmers there. And I know about the glowing sack thing. I think I might get some of those and maybe dye the signs and put some glowing sacks to make it brighter. But anyways, oops. Oh, there's a cave here. Anyways, I guess I have to start working on the last building. So I've actually built up the third building, but before we take a look at that, I actually wanted to build some trees on top of these composters here. I got inspired by Aquatown from Hermitcraft Season 7, and I guess I'll just build up the trees and then we'll take a look at those, and then we'll look at all the buildings. Alright, so there we go. I guess let's go into Spectator again and take a look from back here. You can see the third building is made out of mostly dirt, but not just normal dirt. It's made out of coarse dirt. I actually did have it originally out of normal dirt, and then I posted it to the SciCraft Discord just to get some feedback. And then someone there recommended maybe try coarse dirt so that it's not as bright, because it looks like it could use a darker palette. And then I tried that, and then I thought, yeah, it looks a bit better. And then someone else also said it kind of looks too much like dirt when you get close to it, and I think that's fine. Anyways, these trees are, well, they have that composter that's at level 8, so that there's kind of some bone meal that you can see, and it kind of looks like roots, which I think is nice. And then there's the diorite wall with some birch leaves, then it's actually a tree, and I think that's just a nice, detail. So I guess let's go into each of the buildings. They're all pretty similar on the inside. You just have this chest on the side for any stuff that you want to put in there. I don't know, maybe stuff that you want to trade later. And then, of course, there's just all the cells. And then there's the ceiling. I already showed the cleric ceiling. And then for the farmers, it's just made out of oak with some light blue concrete for the ceiling, with some sea lanterns also to light everything up. And, of course, it's just the same trading hall with the chest again there. And then in the last one, it's for fishermen. And in here there's some 2 layers of glass. There's cyan on the bottom and light blue on the top, and then there's light blue wool with some sea lanterns. I think that just kind of helps. I guess it's kind of like water, because fishermen are kind of at sea. And then there's that chest again. And everything is just connected up, so we can go into Spectator. And I actually got some more rails from my main storage and connected it here. So when you press the button here to activate, or press the no block summon villager, it will send out a pulse, which will power this repeater, power that dispenser. It'll send out a minecart. It'll go over this rail, pick up any villagers that are in there, or one villager, and then it'll go down here, and then it will go through here, up this rail, and then around here. And then there's a glass block just so that they don't suffocate on their way up. And then they just go into here, and then they land on the pressure plate, so that the next villager will go into the next slot like I showed. And I guess I can actually, let's see, can I get into a cell? If I go into this one, so if we go into free camera, you can see right now if a villager came on this minecart, or on the rail, not trail, if it came on the rail, it would go here, and then the rail would make it turn so that it goes into the first cell. But if I walk into here, now we can see the rail turned because this redstone's powered on powering that torch, which then powers that rail. And then now it'll actually just keep going over to the next cell, and then that will just keep happening until the whole thing is filled up, and then the last villager will just kind of end up outside here. And that could go to another trading hall, or I could just have them go into lava or something. And well, overall I think this all turned out really nice. You can see we have some more units on top for heating, cooling, all that stuff. Some more stuff out back. I connected these two fire escapes just because I thought it would be a bit nicer, something a bit different. And overall I think it turned out really nice. And then there's some spruce planks mixed in with the course right there. Then also I added a little bit of dripstone there, just as a similar block but still a different texture. And then there's no side here, of course, just because I'll probably have another building here, so there's just no point in wasting materials and adding a side. Anyways, I think these three builds, I think they turned out really nice, and well, yeah, I'm happy with them. And I fell here again. And I think now is actually a good time to actually start the villager breeder up and get it working. So I am going to go back to my original villager breeder, and we're going to pick up some bread that has actually been accumulating there over time. I guess I'll get a shulker box, and I'll just put that back up there. There we go. That is a lot of bread. That should be enough for quite a while, hopefully. Alright, how would I get inside here? I guess I could just go under. Okay, so here's all the villagers. Where should I go? Alright, I guess here. And then I should be able to just dump all the bread into this water stream, and then it'll just kind of cycle until it all gets picked up. Okay, I guess I'll just kind of throw it out. And then I want to test if the villagers can actually pick up the bread even though they're in the glass blocks, so here goes nothing. There's a bunch of bread, then I'll just throw out this as well. Okay, it's picked up by that. Let's go into free camera. Did it all get... I guess it all got picked up because it didn't cycle around. Now I guess let's go into spectator, and I'll use Tweakroot to see their inventory if I can. Yeah. Can I see how many of them actually got bread? Oh wow, only like the first few? That's not much. Yeah, I might have to get some better food sources for these guys. Anyways, I guess let's try turning it on. Alright, how would I get back out? Can I just, like, break through here? Yeah. Alright, there. Now, let's toggle it on. Let's go into spectator. So now they should be able to see each other, and then these guys should start. I guess I'll just give it some time. Oh, so I just went to bed to sleep through the night, and it looks like we actually got ourselves some baby villagers. So we got one desert villager and one savanna villager. So I think these two sections that actually picked up all the bread are the ones that actually got those. And I guess once those grows up, I actually linked in my last video this design that I found out from YouTube. I linked the design. So pretty much what happens is when these villagers grow up, they just grow through the trapdoors, and then they swim up, and then they just go into this water elevator, and then they just go over here into here, and then there's a little system here to just push all them into one cell, which we can then see from or through the glass here. And then you can also just see the minecart when you press the no block to get yourself a minecart. So anyways, I guess the system is a success. Alright, so I'm here at my shulker farm, and I wanted to test something. So I gave myself, well, here we go. I'll get levitation. And I saw this in one of Green's Hermitcraft videos. If I do that, will it hit me? Please, I want more levitation. No! Where did that ender pearl. I guess it just took forever. Alright, let's try that again. I'll try to get back up here. Because there's a certain achievement, which you need to get by levitating 50 blocks from the attacks of a shulker. But I think there might be a way to bypass that exactly. There we go. And if I throw an ender pearl all the way down there while I still have the effect. Let's see. Hopefully it'll land. Oh, it's probably because of the water. Yes! It worked! That's kind of cool. You don't actually need to go up. You don't have to do any shulker trickery. You just get yourself the effect really high up, then you ender pearl down, and then you can get that achievement. That's actually kind of cool. And then also, I think it was just the water that was slowing down the ender pearl. Yeah, it just kind of floats down really slow. I guess that's what took forever, but it worked. And now I'm going to get teleported. Oh, you can't even throw it underwater. Can I hit it against myself? No. Alright, anyways. That was kind of cool. I got that achievement, and I guess that's a good way to just bypass that. You don't actually need to go up 50 blocks. I guess you can just go down also. Alright, so the next thing that I wanted to do is build up another one of these buildings. I know that we've already done 3 in this episode, but as you saw when we started up the villager breeder, it took a ton of bread. These 2 villagers picked up most of it, and then like these 2 picked up a little bit more, and then these other 10 rows didn't get any. So I actually designed another building which will go in this area, and it will be a bread farm, and it won't be super efficient because I wanted it to fit into the space of one of these thin buildings. But it does work. I already tested it in creative, and I guess I'll just start to build it up. And oh, there's phantoms. Alright, so I've been building for some time, and I've gotten the entire building up to this point. I guess let's take a look at it. You can see I'm using some copper. I actually just smelt a bunch of the copper that we went mining for when we updated to 1.17. And this is not actually how it's going to be at the end. You can see I used some prismarine, and that's because I'm going to wait for this copper to become, what's it called? I think oxidized copper. So it'll all be more bluish. And also, this building isn't actually going to have any sides, just a front, back, and roof, because there's going to be buildings on either side of it, so there's no point in wasting blocks again. Same with these buildings, as I showed earlier. And then inside, you can kind of see we've got a sort of bakery. We have some cakes over there, some bread, and then we have some bread on a plate here at the table. And then there's just a painting there. And then inside of here, we actually have the storage where all the bread from the farm will be going. There's a rail there from when I was placing in a hopper minecart. And the next step is to get a villager, or actually 2 villagers into here. Oops, where's my hoe? There. So what I need to do is I need to get 1 villager in here to become a farmer, and then I need to get another one behind there to become a, well, just a normal villager. Actually, I just pushed that minecart. That was not good. I'll just break that. Let's get a new one. And so essentially how this farm works, hang on, let me just find a hopper minecart there. I'll just place that down, and then I'll break the rail. Essentially how the farm works is the farmer here will be farming wheat, and then it crafts it into bread because that's what villagers do. And then it sees that there's a hungry villager over here that has no food, and it tries to throw it some bread, but then when it throws it, hopper minecart will always pick it up first. And actually I had to use a dropper on top of the hopper here. I would have used a composter, but actually this villager here turned into a farmer, which I didn't want, so I had to use a dropper, which isn't as lag friendly, but it's better than using, for example, just nothing. So, and then everything from there just goes into a hopper, and then into this dropper, and then compared it to X that, and then makes an observer clock. Then it just drops everything into this water stream and into those chests. And I'm actually going to have multiple layers of these, so I'll just have like multiple droppers all shooting items down into one water stream. And well, I guess let's try to get a villager here. So I first have to get some, I guess I have to go back to my main storage to get some rails. And then my plan is I will just go under here, and then this is where the output of the villager breeder is. And my plan is I'll just kind of maybe take this curved rail and turn it the other way, so that it'll just go straight through there instead of going to the trading hall. And then hopefully that'll just go down here, and then I'll just have the rail kind of go up, and then it will just go into the correct area. Why do I keep falling into these caves? There's so many of them. Well, I guess I'm just going to build overall everything. And then also another thing that I did is just place some more cyan terracotta as the main road here. I guess, well, I guess I have to go back to my main storage to get some powered rails. So I tried out the system, and I placed in a rail here. Oh, look at that. We've got ourselves a farmer. He turned into a farmer. So it seems like the system is all working. All I did is I just connected up this rail below here. You can see. And I just flipped this rail, so when the minecart goes, it'll just keep going straight instead of turning. And then he just kind of went up here, around there, and then up into the area. And then I just broke the minecart, and then now he's a farmer. Let's see. Oh, I can actually give him emeralds and get bread. That is good, actually. Let's see, can I get some... Yeah, I'll just have like a stack of emeralds on me, I guess. Here, come here. Let's see if I can get near him. I don't really want to jump in. Alright, there. I'll take all those. Well, that was a lot of XP that he just gave me there. So I've been building for quite a while now, and I'm up to the last layer. You can see there's 5 layers in total of this farm. And if this building was wider, I would have made it so that it's more of a diagonal, or what's it called, like a diagonal square shape, I guess. But since the building is pretty thin, I just decided to do it like this. It won't be perfect, and actually you may notice those aren't wheat seeds. Those are actually carrot seeds, because I decided, well, actually not I decided, it turns out carrots are actually much better than wheat, because carrots are the only crop that doesn't drop other things when it's broken. For example, wheat will drop wheat and seeds. Oh, there's a zombie invasion. I will deal with that in a second. So wheat will drop wheat will drop wheat and seeds, and then that could kind of get in the way. Potatoes drop potatoes and poisonous potatoes, and beetroots drop beetroot and beetroot seeds. But carrots only drop carrots, which is really good, because then you don't have to worry about like the farmer's inventory getting filled up with the wrong thing or anything like that. But that does kind of mean that the bakery down here is useless. Well, it's not really useless. It looks nice, but it's not actually really fitting well with what it's actually holding. But I guess the bakery will just store carrots instead, I guess. I don't know, maybe they're making carrot pie. So there's a bunch of zombies here. This is what happens sometimes in a village. There is 18 of them. That is quite a few zombies. Anyways, what I wanted to do just now was get our last villager that we need on camera. But I guess first I have to clear out these guys. So I'll just kill them off. And I also can't let them hit me, or I'll get lit on fire, which will just be annoying. Okay, those guys hit me. There, how many of them are left? I can see by the mob cap. Apparently there's still 74 mobs in the mob cap, so I think there's 2 left. Where are they? I hope they're not inside. Oh, villager somehow escaped. Oh, they're right there, okay. This guy's in gold armor. Oh, I still 2-shot him. There. Alright, now that those guys are all cleared out, I actually also added a little door here so that I can actually get inside here faster. It's really compact, just redstone torch and a redstone dust. And then I just press the button and go through. So I guess let's get our last villager. You can see we've got a bunch in the storage here because I had it running for a bit. Alright, let's summon villager. It'll grab one with the minecart. And then, also, is the copper oxidized yet? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, okay, there he goes up there. So, this guy will be a farmer. So if I just break the minecart, let's turn on hitboxes for a second. There. Now I will also just drop here, pick the minecart up, place the carrot back. And then this guy should start collecting carrots. And then he will try to drop them to the farmer, or the other villager over there, of course, and then he can't. He's not a farmer yet, but I think that's because it's night, it's not his working hours. But now I guess I just have to kind of take down this rail and finish off the build. And I also have to make the back of the build also, and the roof. But actually the front is almost done. I guess let's take a look at that. You can see actually that it's not completely done. There's a bit more at the top that I wanted to do. But you can see I used a bunch of the new deep slate and calcite here. This will become oxidized eventually. Yeah, it's taking a while because it's all so close together. It would be faster if I took the blocks and spread them all apart, but I think I'll just let it happen in its own time. It'll be kind of interesting. We can just kind of check on it, see how much is happening, or how much has happened over time. Anyways, I guess we've got our 5 layers of carrot farms here, and it should all be working, so I guess I'll just finish off the building. Alright, so I've actually finished the build now, and I guess let's take a look at it. Of course, there's no sides, like I said, because there's going to be buildings on both sides of it, so I didn't want to waste materials. Then on the inside here, we've got the bakery. We have some candles for decoration, bread on the table, some cakes on those shelves back there, and just some lighting for the counter. And then just a painting for decoration there, and just roof with some stripped spruce wood and spruce planks, or spruce slabs. Then just some sea pickles and flowers for decoration there. And then in the back here, we've got our storage for crops, and it looks like there's actually bread here. And my guess for what happened there is one of these villagers probably had some bread in their inventory when they were in this breeder, and so that's not a big deal. But anyways, we've got ourselves a carrot farm now, and I can just take these and go across the road to the breeder, press that button to get inside, and then I can just go up here, and then I can just throw these carrots down. And I guess I'll just throw the bread as well. Then we can just see all the carrots go around until they get picked up by all the villagers. And, well, I guess everything here is working perfectly. Well, it's all working perfectly except for this one part, I think, because you might have seen that villager that escaped earlier, and I think it's because they kind of stand in here until they grow up, and I think it kind of can grow up and be inside of these blocks, and then it starts taking damage, but then it can just escape by walking out through here, and then it can just start walking around. And I think there could be a way to change that. I don't really need to sort them with this system. I could just have them go straight into a water elevator, and then they just go all the way up once they grow up. So I think I'm just going to try to change this system around to do that. Alright, so I've actually changed it. I got some signs and glass and stuff, and I changed the design, so let's look at it. Now, what happens is the baby villagers will just go straight down the water stream, and right into the water elevator, which means, and then they should just kind of bob here up and down because they can't quite reach this water. And if they do, they'll just bob up and down here. And anyways, they just kind of stay here until they grow up, and then they can reach all the way up, and then they'll just swim over and then go into the holding cell. So that should be much better, and then we can still just kind of see this area through the glass, which is nice. And now I think everything will be working well. I guess I just kind of have to AFK here and get some carrots and then throw those into the breeder, or even maybe I could have a more automatic system where I just put everything into a chest and then it automatically gives it to the villagers. Let's see. I don't know if I've actually gotten any more carrots. I think I have. Oh yeah, I definitely have. I don't remember. I cleared those out earlier. Alright, so the farm is working. I guess overall this area is working well. So anyways, guys, if you have any ideas or anything that you want to suggest for me to do in this area, let me know with a comment. I'm open to suggestions, and some of your ideas have been really good. And don't worry, we will have a building here to cover up that side of this building. And, well, overall, also leave a like on this video. It would just help out with the algorithm so more people will be able to see it. And then also, if you haven't already, if you subscribed, it would it would help me out, and you would get to see more of my content because it would get recommended to you, and you could even turn notifications on if you really want to, so that you actually get notified when I upload. But anyways, I guess with that, everyone, have a good day and goodbye.